What's going on, collective? Welcome back to the Oracle's Desk. I missed you. I needed a little break. I was tired. And that last read was so fucking epic. I needed to just leave it on the table. The table was not going to get hotter than that. But I'm back from outer space. And here to read the energies that are coming across my desk. And if that kind of tarot station sounds interesting to you, well, then you are in luck, my friend. We're going to set some stuff on fire. Get back into some weird readings. So grab yourself your favorite beverage. Come sit next to me. Let's get into the energy, shall we? So we're going to do a little different today. If you are not feeling spiritually sound or strong, you probably do not want to be here because there's mischief about, collective. There's mischief about, and I'm not going to act like I don't see it because I'm not in the business of that anymore. That was 2025. This is 2026. And in 2026, if we say something, we're seeing something, collective. We are no longer lying for the comfort of others. There's something weird and crazy going on in this energy, you guys. Like, someone has summoned something, I believe, with a ring and not a ding. And therefore, I don't know, I'm getting warnings. Not warnings like for us, like for, well, I mean, it depends on who us is. Those who have not been doing very, very nice things, collective. Very, very unnice things. So, you sound tough enough. Come sit next to me. Let's get into this energy. All right, I'm going to leave this deck unused for now because there's a spread in there that is very strange. And then we're going to go into love, you guys, and I promise we'll stay there for the whole rest of the day. Nothing serious. Okay. This incense. I cannot wait to be back in the pottery studio. I'm going to make incense holders that catch incense and you never have messy incense again. I will see your face. Yeah, today I will. Who's at the door, babe? This is somebody that's got to be on the other side. Ego and hatred. And grandeur. Ooh, with a violin. Yes. Crow cell. Definitely crowing. Ego and hatred. And then grandeur. The Hool. All right. I'll play. I knew music. I knew it was music. It's, whenever you start, like, in your mind, collective, you start getting, like, start popping off about Monopoly or something. That's usually a telltale sign. Someone's effing around in your energy. And I've been off radar for quite some time. I used to be a member of Grammy and things like that. And then I left, and then they decided my catalog was their closet. So not only are they suppressing us, but they're stealing from us without any kind of any thought of trouble at all. It's almost like that guy, Sam Altman, who asked Scarlett Johansson if he could use her voice for his AI, and she said no, and he did it anyway. No, they don't give a shit, right? They don't care. Vehul. Let's read the demon that was summoned first. Crocell, this Duke. Let me see here. The 49th spirit, Crocel or Crokel, appears in the form of an angel. He is a great and strong duke who speaks mystically of hidden things, and he teaches the art of geometry and the liberal sciences. Well, we all know that I missed that one. At the command of the exorcist, Crocel will produce great noises like the rushing of many waters, although there are none. He warms waters and discovers baths, and was of the order of powers before his fall. As he declared unto King Solomon, he governs 48 legions of spirits. Ah, so this one knew Solomon. Okay, that makes sense as to why he's here. Vehul is here to counter him, because as B Squad still hasn't learned yet, collective. As above, so below. As conjured below, so above. Okay? Psalms 145:3. Great is the Lord, and greatly to be praised, and his greatness is unsearchable. This angel influence has sensitive and generous nature, are held in esteem and distinguish themselves in literature, jurisprudence, and diplomacy. Vehul overcomes sorrow and contrariness and provides you exaltation for the benediction of the glory of God. Sole guardian of those between 4 and 240 and 420. Oh, I like it more and more. Well, Vehul, thank you for being here. Crosell, look into your fall. Change is at the helm, collective. Lady Luck is on our side, quite literally. So let's see what's going on now that we have a face to the energies. Well, King Solomon's here, so let's shuffle first before we get all dramatic, collective. Hit subscribe if you're still here. What kind of magic are you up to, kiddo? Yeah, you're overloaded. Mentally. Oh, I was gonna say Solomon's Temple. Fucking A, you guys. What the fuck? I would like to report I've seen the 2 swords, 2 pence, and the 2 of, what else? Wands. 222. Solomon. There he is. There's something here about this. Something about the wands being bows on the fiddle, playing the tiniest violin. You know, I don't feel sorry for you. The new temple. Cool. It's definitely a mental overload. Whoever summoned this was not powerful enough to carry this energy fucking clearly. Fucking clearly. I do believe it's running rampant. That's okay, the magician's here, and order magic's here, so that's why Vehul is here to collect cross out. You know, it's funny, I've been thinking a lot about the singer. She's really talented. Her name's Cat 5. Brilliant musician, brilliant singer. When Cat 5 first came up, showed up, you know, as people wander in and out of the places I go, she She was a really good singer. Like, she sang so well. Like, I had a complex. And I told her that the other day. I was like, you sang so well. Like, I had to like go rethink and make sure I was doing it right. You know, we sing differently, but you know, when you're, you know, you have people that you admire and things you wish you were more like. And I had to go and gather myself. I'm like, remember, Jasmine, you are a magical special snowflake as well. And I felt like ego and jealousy. But see, for me, I don't like take jealousy and like attack people with it. It makes me work harder. It makes me want to like go get better. And that's what I did. That's what I did with it. Because that's what the energy's there to do. And I always say, people will pray, you know, oh, I want my best and highest outcome, harm to none. Well, you're going to harm some people when you're doing good, like Cat 5. When you're doing good and you're singing well, some people are going to be hurt by it because some people have ego issues. Now, these people, unfortunately, are not alchemists. Whoever's dealing with this, not like me. And instead of using this envy, it turns into, it hurts ego and it turns into hatred instead of channeling it for grandeur. And that's what order magic's about. This energy comes up and we're supposed to use it and channel it somewhere differently. It's how we exercise it, right? We're exercising, exercise. We're exercising this energy from this tension to release, where each little lightning bolts. We're going to go crack in there and release the energy. Get that knot out. Now, order magic usually does this, but I have noticed, and I'm sure you have as well, that others are being called to help exercise energies that aren't theirs. Now, Solara would kick me squarely in the butt for saying that because it is not your duty to regulate other beings. That being said, it is our duty to exercise these negative energies and set a good example for others that are around us on how to handle when one comes up with the green-eyed monster. Hit subscribe, collective. We're going to ghost bust this mofo. He's already ghost busted, but it's better if we can do it in awareness. Because most people aren't just good natured. You know what I mean? We're all taught to be that way. All right, so let's see what we're building here. I don't know. Positive, negative, I have no idea. Let's find out. Oh, I'm supposed to go slower. I got brick by brick. Solomon used demons to build things. And maybe this is the key to the vibration, the ring of Solomon, the resonance of Solomon, to vibrate and use these energies to build your kingdom, right? So this demon, this energy, this fallen angel energy has come to us to spur us. And we get a chance. Which one are we going to choose? Are we going to choose to work with it in a positive way or work with it in a negative way, right? If you work with a negative way, you continue on the cycle of discord. If you work on it in a positive way, you exercise it, right? And you can move on. So we can get to the next thing that we have to exercise because it's a never-ending story. Sorry. All right. So actually, this came out first, didn't it? Something about the yew tree. The yew tree. Should we do death first or should we do cups first? Let's do cups, Laura Ancana. Chalices. Pardon. Pardon, m'excusez. I don't speak any French. That's about it. Don't get excited. Ooh, 4 chalices. It represents emotional stability, soundness of commitments, and realization of projects with a partner. Announces an allegiance between people who seek creative environments of fraternity. So if you've called this over to you, Hold on, let's get this energy right. This is more like up here. This energy will be called to you if you are out looking to do something creative or work with people or energies. Now, I'm not suggesting you go out and find a demon to go work with. I think that's a bad idea. But these energies are out here, collective, okay? And we work with energies, not for them, and we do not enslave energies. They come to us and we work through them, and then we move on to the next, right? We're closing these karmic loops. So first we're going to acknowledge that Crocel is here, and we see that Crocel can sometimes, well, always go into ego and hatred. That is usually where the energy can go. Or we can send this energy over to Vehul and have it make something grand and beautiful, like building our new temple. Now, I have a issue with the word demon because there are many different types of demons. There's many different things. There's demon and then there's a daemon, okay? And these two things have been blended into just demons, as far as I can tell over the time. A demon is obviously a negative energy or negative entity, right? But a daemon is a physical manifestation of a energy, like love, Cupid, or like whatever physical form of an energy can take. So I don't know. I would say maybe nymphs and things like that might be the same thing. I don't know. I'll have to look into it more, collective. I'm still learning. But that being said, this may be a daemon and not a demon. But it's also a fallen angel and a trumpet and everything. These are both musicians, too. And you know what's interesting about that? Who was it that said that music is like living architecture? I can't remember. It was someone extremely clever. So the music of this harmony and discord we're using as the way Solomon did to build his temple. Are we building a temple in heaven, collective? Because I'm starting to feel like your temple in heaven. But okay, let's get to the death card. This has already gone on too long. I don't mean to bore you all with my pondering, but we're riddling something out here. There's something going on in the energy. And La Luna del Sur. Oh, death. Okay. It's funny, death comes before temperance. And in this energy, this Princess of Swords energy, the death card represents explicitly physical death. Yet its meaning is broader and also represents the absolute culmination of a process or existence. This card predicts radical changes in the life of a person and so changes the far-reaching consequences. I also will say for a second that this is a level of immaturity, right? So are we going to end this immature reaction, this rashness, when we come across something that we envy or something that we covet, right? The subject of death is repeatedly present in Masonic symbolism, initiation ceremonies, and an allegory of death. Death of the profane and the initiated. Let's just get back to this. I like this, where this is going. Because after death comes, where is, should we look for temperance in this deck and see what it's by? We're looking for temperance. Temperance comes after death, and it is what we need to, it just shows like you actually alchemizing the energy. And maybe it will give us or yield us a clue as to what we need here or what's missing. we are. The 8 of chalices and the 5 of chalices. So in the normal Walter Waite, the 8 of chalices is a symbol of walking away from things that don't serve you anymore and going on expedition looking for that 9th cup. Things aren't working where you are. And then the 5 of cups. That's interesting. Where is this? Because we got the 4 of chalices, so we went from the 4 to the 5, right? So probably this is better distribution of this energy. And we're at 20 minutes, Jasmine. Let's go. 5. Spiritual plane of a labor of love. It is the fertility of affections. It is the strengthening of community space. Yeah. Must be labored in love. Walking away with love. Changing things up with love. Let's look at the 8 of chalices in this deck. Stability. Yeah. Leadership protects creative conditions for weak environments. Trying to create better conditions in this weak environment. I like this reading, collective. It kind of goes on with what I was saying earlier. These energies are being rebalanced right now. How are you using these demons when they come to you? Because they're coming to you in the form of jealousy, in the form of gossip, in the form of black magic, in the form of things that are just left remnants of other fights and other energies that haven't been exercised through the energy. I think we're here to get the kinks out. Use these energies as the greatest magician ever, which is why this is such an amazing read, because the magician and the Wheel of Fortune are here. But this card for me is order magic. And the magician understands order magic and is able to alchemize these energies. So maybe if your feelings get, out of your way or whatever, or in your way about being jealous or whatever, and you're feeling angry about something, don't be afraid to look at that shadow. It wants to be looked at. It wants to be healed. It'll keep coming up until you heal it. It'll show up mindlessly, or it will show up with you paying attention. I suggest pay attention, because mindlessly you'll get into some nasty trouble. Let's get a star card or two real quick. Oh, I said I wasn't going to use that deck. Darn it. All right, well, I do get the gist. I like to hold on to cards. I don't like to put them back when I get an interesting reading, but what else do we need to know here? I feel like we've kind of gotten through it all, but I feel like there might be one or two more things. So hit subscribe, collective. You like a long read? What else is there I need to know, please? Healing, Chiron, exactly. Can't make it up, collective. The Hierophant, God. God, wounded healer. Greatest opportunity for healing is in this energy, collective. Greatest opportunity for healing is in this energy. Trine, most fortunate aspect, harmonious luck, opportunities, creative flow, comfort zone, and natural talents. Collective, I really do believe that this collective, this divine collective that comes across this energies, that comes across this desk, I believe we really are exercising demons in our day-to-day life. And we're anything people are projecting onto us and things like that, by just being in control of yourself and not reacting in a low vibrational way, is enough to help. But take these energies as they come to you, because it is energy. And if you channel it correctly, you can build a temple. And if you can't channel it correctly, you can always send it back to Mother Earth. She will make something useful of it. All right, collective, this is the end of this reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If it didn't resonate, thank you so much for holding space for everyone else. Remember, tarot is only here to confirm your intuition and help guide you. If there was anything with this reading that didn't resonate with you, leave it here for the next person. And on that note, nanu nanu. I'll see y'all later.